Alright, so I have two problems on this tricycle, and they both have to do with my riding height. Problem number one, I need the handlebars to be taller. And problem number two, I need the seat to stop rocking back and forth. And we'll deal with the seat here in a second. I want to look at the handlebars because I suspect I'm going to need to add a part. It's kind of dark in this here garage, and I didn't realize it when I bought this cheap little headset camera. But when I bought the camera, I also bought a head-mounted flashlight, which is a tremendously useful tool. Alrighty, let's see. I think there's a bag of tools. Yes, there's a bag of tools in here, along with my chain lock. Alright. Now, I'm wondering if there's a way to raise the handlebars without getting an extensor, which an extensor would be a part that would fit here, kind of like this one. There's an extensor right here on this Abington. And I don't know if any bike shops are open tomorrow, but I bet there are. But see here, this thing has also got an ability to rotate these handlebars, so I could actually raise the handlebars more by rotating them up. And I think that this one has the same thing, yes. In theory, I should be able to rotate these handlebars up. And also in theory, I should be able to rotate this part of the handlebar up by loosening that. That doesn't do what I expected it to do. What does it do? Unfolding and unfolding. In theory, this thing should move up. You should be able to move up. Okay. Let's do the same on the other side. Okay, now I should be able to tilt this up. Like so. Nice and firm, but not over tight. Okay. Now, if only I could lift this. And it should be able to rotate. I mean, it looks like it's designed to rotate. Could that have anything to do with it? I don't know. I wouldn't think so, but maybe. Maybe this is part of what's holding it in place and preventing it from rotating. So, let's check this out. Wrong key. If I'm right, and I can loosen this thing, then that may withdraw the flange, so I can then adjust the angle on this handlebar. And that's it. I was right about the direction to loosen it. So let's see if my theory is right about it. Pushing a flange of some sort that holds the handlebars in a certain aspect. And if that's the case, then maybe I'll be able to rotate them up, which will make my handlebars higher. And what do you know? For the first time, I've got some movement here. Against the possibility of stripping them. Oh. Okay. Now, locks. So, for my friends at Outdoor Research, I had posed an issue that I observed with the seat bouncing. It looks like it's still going to bounce, but I can help secure it with the seat belt by wrapping the seat belt around and tightening it down so it helps to hold the thing shut. And I'll continue to refine this. And it looks like I don't need an extra part. It also adds security because, well, thieves could easily undo the seatbelt. They don't like having to do extra steps. And if anything gets in their way, they just tend to move on. Okay. Now I have this idea, and I'm interested to see how it works. That's why I've got these tiny little bungee straps here, which are a pain. Because the hooks like to do what hooks do, and they like to hook into things. But my theory is, my camera's still in my coat pocket, that I could set up my tripod in here, like so. And turn it into a passenger's view, a passenger's eye view. But to make this work, one thing, I'm going to have to bungee strap these legs to the frame down, and now grab a camera and put it on there. We'll see what kind of footage we get. And it's my B-roll camera that I'm putting on here, so that just in case this thing falls off and busts, it's not my expensive camera. It's a relatively inexpensive one. Still, I don't want to lose it. Okay. There we go. Open that up. And now, maybe you can ride along with me. Let's... Now, mounting this thing. It is now significantly higher, which means it's going to make me that much more nervous. Okay, let's undo the locks now. Because the trick to mounting it is to point my feet at it. Point my feet at the tricycle, get my foot over the tricycle, and then move the tricycle toward me instead of sweeping me toward the trike. I'll got my leg over it. Now, pull the front brake locked. Oh, this is a trick. This seat is down. Uh-oh. That's going to move around. Can't have that. Alright, let's get off of it. I gotta tighten that significantly so that doesn't move around. Alright. Lift my foot up. Now walk away. Once my foot is up, and let the trike walk away. Come on, walk away! Oh! I nearly fell. Okay. This is going to be a problem. How am I going to get on this thing now? How about if I do that? That might actually be a better way of doing it. Okay. This is much more comfortable. Oh, this is much better. And actually, I think the seat's a little too high. And I think it's kicked back a little too much. So I need to, that's not me. I need to, I need to lower the seat, but I also need to change the tilt on the seat. And that's part of why it's so difficult for me to get on, is the seat's tilted back too much. Alright, but for now, I can operate the machine. Boy, do I feel it tilting back and forth. But it feels so much better and so much sturdier. And having the handlebars up really helps. I actually think I can tilt the handlebars up a little more. I mean, I've got the column all the way vertical, but I think if the handlebars were tilted up a little like that, it would be a little more comfortable for you to manage it. Okay, now I'm going to turn the engine on. I thought I was going to turn it on. Could I have disrupted something when I was moving the handlebars around? Oh, it's possible, but it looks like all the connections are made. I don't see any issues. I'd like to be able to ride with the power, so let's do a couple of things. First of all, let's dismount. Dismounting involves getting my foot up over this and then pushing the bike away. That wasn't a bad dismount. Now, I was able to tilt the seat down just a little bit and able to lower it. Alright. Now, I need a drink. Now, I thought I had this battery turned on. Maybe that's on. Let's see. Now will it come on? Yes. Okay, so I didn't have the battery set right. Alright. Now, my new way of mounting this thing is to put my leg all the way up over the seat. So, and then use the seat instead of the pedal. And the seat is tilting. But when I got the seat down a little bit lower, oh boy, this is going to be bad. Once again, at least the handlebars are right. Oh, it's so hard to get this thing going. Okay, just use a little kick from the motor to get it going, and the pedal assist is working. So, we'll see what kind of video I get out of this. Okay, now I got pedal assist 1 on, which really helps a lot. And there's a car coming. Unlike the bicycle, I can just sit here. Once I get the seat fixed again, I'll just let this car come on by. Just like that. And he's not coming by. Okay, so now I'm going to get out here. I'll make this turn and go on to the Riverside Promenade. Okay, now I just want to ride all the way to the end of the promenade and back. With pedal assist. Let's try pedal assist 2. I'm feeling a little unstable. That's because, unlike with the bicycle, I really feel the tilt of the path. So if the path tilts off to the right, I really feel it tilting off, whereas with the bicycle, I just automatically correct for it. Okay, let's take it down to pedal assist. Pedal assist 1, and just use the throttle to get across this intersection. There we go. Okay. So I found a better way. I put it back on pedal assist 2. So I found a better way to mount and dismount. One that doesn't put my weight on the pedals. Once I get this. Bring it back up to pedal assist 2 and pedal. Okay, but the pedaling feels really weird. Why? A, the seat aspect is wrong, and B, the seat's a little low. When I had the seat a little higher, it was really difficult for me to get up on this thing. How's my passenger doing back there? My passenger's looking off to the side. It can't watch anymore. Pedal assist 2, pedal assist 3. Bring it down to 1 and just use the motor. When I'm just using the motor, this thing feels a lot more stable as opposed to when I'm pedaling. The part of the idea is for me to get my power from human power from pedaling. The problem is, when I pedal, I'm really shifting my weight around from side to side, and it makes the beast feel much more tippy because I'm rocking from side to side, and as I rock my weight from side to side, the balance of the machine changes. Definitely giving me a workout. I think what'll happen is, as I get more used to pedaling this thing, my body will learn how to balance against this rocking motion, and so I'll automatically compensate as I pedal by shifting my weight, which will give my obliques a workout. I can definitely feel a workout in my legs, but that's because they're working too hard because my knees aren't extending properly. Okay, let's put it on pedal assist 3. See what happens. Okay, while I'm on the straightaway, I'll pedal. Then as I get into these little serpentines, I'll coast. Let's see how that works. Because it's so much more stable when I'm not pedaling. Pedaling causes it to rock back and forth. But I really do want to get my power from the pedals, because I want this thing to give me a workout, and it's definitely doing that. All kinds of muscles working that never were put to use on the bicycle. My passenger's still looking out to the side. Enjoy the scenery, passenger. I guess I can cut back and forth, assuming that my headset is still working. Get up here a ways, I'll pause and I'll reorient my passenger. And my passenger wants to look at the golf course at the moment. I'm coming close to the end of this, so let me take it down to 1 and just use the throttle. I've let off of the throttle and I'm just coasting. Now I want to do a turnaround up here. We'll find out what this thing's turnaround radius is. I just have to do it slow. Can't do it fast. Now I can really feel it serpentining, or not serpentining, but tilting back and forth as I pedal. And that's what was part of what scared me on the thing the last couple of days. And so using the power was a real revelation, because it told me that when I've got it under power, it feels a lot more stable. And when I'm going up to speed, it feels more stable. I don't think I can get on that. It'd be a good idea. Maybe I can do this in the school parking lot, just to get on a big piece of pavement like that and just do figure eights. Alright, so I want to turn around here and I put my foot on the ground and back up. I've actually got a reverse on this thing, don't I? No, I don't seem to. I thought it had a reverse gear on it, but it doesn't. Some of them do. Okay. Now, There's the pedal assist kicking in. Bring it up to 2. Pedal assist is up to 3. Am I ready to risk 4? No, I'm not ready. This is as fast as I want to go pedaling right now until I get some other problems solved, particularly the problem with the seat and its aspect. It needs to be just a little higher. And I need to tighten the seat down again because it's rocking back and forth again. Let's do this at 2. Okay, I'm going to use the throttle at 2. So it'll have me going considerably faster than the throttle at 1. I don't know if that's kph or mph. I'll have to look more closely at it. I think that's kph. Well, I don't know. Could be mph. I don't think I'm going 16 miles an hour though. It feels more like about 10. Okay, now, the way this is working is I've got it in the highest gear on the rear wheels, which is what I do with the Aventon. I just keep it in the highest gear and then rely on the pedal assist motor to get me up to speed instead of doing a lot of gear work. So that's what I'm doing now. It just feels a little hugger-mugger. I do think I need to tilt the handlebars up so they're a little bit away from me, because it just feels like they're too close to my body now. But for now, that's alright. Take it back down to 1 and ride it with the throttle. Feels so much more stable with the throttle. The bicycle's not rocking back and forth. Boy, it does take a long time to slow this thing down. This back brake is loose. I need to tighten it. That Dodge van is a little bit newer than mine, but it's the same color. Alright, and up and over this. 2, 3, and we're pedaling again. Pedal. Oh, boy, I could really feel it as I'm turning. I feel the center of gravity shifting. And given my weight, the center of gravity is pretty high. So I have to do the opposite thing that I do with a bicycle. With a bicycle, you kind of lean into the turn. The tricycle seems like I'm going to have to lean out of the turn to counteract the tipping of the thing. It just feels like that's what the right thing to do is. This is the trike leans off to one side, I lean off to the other to keep it balanced. And if I get into a certain motion, I can keep my body, what feels like the upper part of my body, stable in the same position with respect to the ground. And that's what I think was freaking me out. Because I'm not as freaked out now, but I'm kind of learning to keep my body straight and let the lower half of my body rock back and forth with the trike. So the chest up, I just remain erect and let the lower half of my body rock back and forth with the trike, which is giving my abs and my obliques quite the workout. You know, it down to 1 and ride the throttle. Then I'll get into a parking lot. I don't want to get into this parking lot. I want to go to the school parking lot and do my figure eights over there. I think I need to do figure eights. Learn how to turn this thing, because I need to be able to turn this thing around. Okay, bring it back up to 3 and pedal. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about this thing. And I think I've figured the seat out, but I think I'm going to need to use a little bit more force to tighten it down a little more. But I think that it is now at the correct aspect. So if I can just keep from re-tilting it as I get off the thing, then I can tighten it down. Maybe I can lift it a little bit more, and then I can also tilt the handlebars forward so that they're up like this, which takes pressure off of my wrists and gets the handlebars away from my body, where right now they just feel too close. I feel cloistered in this thing. Because the handlebars are too close to my body. Which they weren't when the handlebars were lower. And now that they're up, they're too close to my gut. Okay. I can just coast along while I'm waiting for this traffic to get out of my way. Okay. Let's take that down to 1 with pedal assist. Now the traffic is out of my way. Alright, now I'm going to go and turn and get back up onto this thing. And there's the high school. So I want to get into the high school parking lot and do some figure eights. And then I'll readjust everything. And I'll go and I'll make a video out of this. I've solved a lot of problems though. Okay. Enter here, exit over there. Good. Alright, let's go do some figure eights. Ooh. Always got to remember when I'm turning where my rear wheels are, because unlike the bicycle, they're not under me. Alright, now I just need to do some figure eights. Alright, so I get used to turning. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, but I'm going to have to learn to love it. Oh, alright, let's turn all the way around. And then come out of the turn, go into a figure eight. I'm actually on pedal power 1, and it's powering me just a little bit. Yeah, this handlebar when I'm turning like this is actually almost touching my stomach, which I do not want. Absolutely do not want the handlebars to touch me. So yeah, I do need to tilt them up. There we go. And just do a little figure eight. And a little figure eight. Alright, that's good enough. I've got the concept. Oh, I'm under power now, just using the throttle. And now go home. Yeah. So I am really learning a lot. And I'm learning faster than I expected I would. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. I've always considered myself to be a fast learner, but that's intellectually, not necessarily kinetically. But my body seems to be learning this thing. I don't know what my passenger's doing. My passenger's looking off at the side. I never bothered to get my passenger facing back forward again. So I need to probably figure out a way to lock down my turning on my tripod there so that when I put that camera back there, it'll stay focused forward, which is what I want, so I can have a witness to what's going on. Alright, let's just use the throttle, because my knees are getting really tired. Throttle up, throttle down, slow down. Okay. Now. No bikes. Well, technically it's not a bike. Okay, that is now off. Now to get off, instead of, yeah, darn it. Instead of worrying about getting my foot through that thing, I'll turn, let my foot come up over the seat. I'm still going to have to deal with this. And this is not good with the now the handlebars are interfering with my knee. All right. Let's lock it down for a second so I can figure this out. Hey, passenger. Back forward, will you please? Okay. Now, the seat doesn't like that. What happens if I walk the thing away from me? I can't, because the lock's locked down, or the brake's locked down. No matter what I do, my legs are up to get through this thing. So it really isn't designed for someone with bad knees. Walking close to me. See if I can get my foot out. God damn it. Walk away from me. Pull my foot. Seat's getting flat. Take the seat up. Okay. Now. Walk away. Alright. Oh boy, I feel that twisting on my knee. That's not good. Definitely a problem mounting and dismounting. That's what got me off a regular bicycle. Problems mounting and dismounting. Okay. Now then, let's try tilting these handlebars up.